Idiot bird brains. What do we do? A fancy prison is still a prison.
What happened to Melia? I don't see her locked up in here with us.
Exactly. She's in on this.
Shulk, any thoughts here?
Melia won't let us down. She promised to take us to Prison Island. And she's not the kind of person to break a promise.
Okay, Shulk. You win. I believe you. And if you believe Melia, then no arguments from me.
Let the adventure continue. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles. Last time, we reached Eryth Sea at the Bionis Head and entered the Imperial capital of Alcamoth. Melia split off from the group, and Shulk and his friends were arrested. This time, as we're being kept in here, our final destination is being kept from us yet again. I gotta say, I think a prison where you'd be able to see in every which direction would be a lot more torment than a prison where you can't see anything and they're just bars for you to look at. I mean, look at all that stuff out there that we can't go to and everything, and how everything is carrying on as usual without us. It just, all of it is so painful. I mean, heck, even the fact that you can see the Mechonis from this view is a little bit daunting. But all that aside, while we were in this prison, we're able to talk to the other party members, which is something that you don't often get to do. So, let's see. We have never had any contact with the High Entia before. Perhaps they are being cautious just as we would. Very clever way of thinking about it, Dunban, is typical. You know, with all wise old masters, they always have a way of thinking about things that you don't see immediately. If you look closely, you might see that all of their weapons have been confiscated. Ricky doesn't have his biter, Charlotte doesn't have a rifle, Dunban didn't have a sword, Ryan doesn't have a driver, yet somehow Shulk has his Monado, and that's the one that they were worried about. How interesting. Especially strange because they had all those weapons in the cutscene just a few moments ago, but I guess they were confiscated within those few seconds. Ricky there was saying that bird people not bad, and, well, I guess now we understand why they were calling them bird people. Seems pretty obvious from those ruins that we were seeing earlier, too. Ryan, what about you? What is all this? How can they treat us like this? That Melia chick. You sure we can really trust her, right? All you gotta do is talk to them all once.
You are to be interrogated by the Divine Seer. Stand back.
Alvis! What are you doing here?
I see. So that is why you are here.
Is Melia okay? We didn't mean to cause her any trouble.
Rest assured, she is fine. The real reason you have been detained is not because you are outsiders.
You don't mean...
Yes. The Monado. You see, the High Entia and the Monado go back many years. Millennia, in fact.
Ah.
Leave everything to me. I shall see to it that you are not held for long. We cannot have the saviors of Her Highness treated as criminals now, can we? Free these people. I shall take responsibility for their actions whilst inside the capital. They are now guests of the Imperial family.
Sir.
I am required to report to His Majesty. Otherwise, I would escort you around the capital. Use this room at your leisure. You are free to roam the city or stay here and rest. Farewell.
Hold on, Alvis. I need to ask you...
Be patient. I know what it is you wish to ask. Do not fear. You will learn when the time is right.
The life of the rich. So where are we going?
Anywhere but here. I'm bored of this stuffy room.
Okay, then.
Ricky, find Melly for Shulk.
Ricky, wait.
Your Eminence.
What God want?
If you're after Alvis, he's gone.
What? Where did he go?
What happened?
We received an SOS from a small squadron repairing a transporter at Eryth Sea, but the transmission was interrupted, and we have lost all contact with the squadron.
Sounds like they need our help.
Shulk and Ricky go help. Ricky and friends help people in trouble.
Of course. We're happy to help.
But you're outsiders.
Soldier man, not worry. Hereupon Ricky is here to save the day.
It is most appreciated. We need all the help we can get.
Why do I get the feeling Ricky creates more work than he fixes? It's just, alright, well, I'm gonna have him in the party, so at least he's gonna be doing some fighting during this. And while we're all done there, we have Save the Worker, a story quest. So we are required to go to Hovering Reef 4, which we've never been to before. I can never resist, you know. You know me, if you come to expect anything different, I didn't think so. We could technically skip travel there, but from this area, we can oversee so much of this whole place. I say we walk around it a tiny bit just to kind of see what there is around here. Now, as soon as we step out, I want to head over to the left here because you can see there is a red item orb just over there, and I want to grab that for a little bit later. Now, we are going to be grabbing some generic quests right here. I mean, we're going to be grabbing the monster quests and things like that, as we always do at the beginning of an area, because those enemies are nearby. We're going to see them while we're going out doing required objectives, and we're probably going to end up getting noticed by them and having to fight them anyway, so I really don't see why we shouldn't get some free money in the process. But all that being said, I don't plan on having this tackle all that many quests for a little while. Now, granted, I still do want to grab all of them, and I do, you know, still consider them important because you get really good rewards from doing a lot of them. We haven't even seen a lot of the better ones yet, and we've just kind of been working up to them. And we aren't going to be doing any for a little while because we're already about the level that I want to be anyway, and just saying, Alcamoth is loaded with quests, and I just don't really want to do a whole lot of them right now. Now, all that being said, if you look down at the quest bar, you'll see that Alcamoth has a completely different icon than any other area we've been to. Alcamoth and Eryth Sea as well are part of Upper Bionis, an entirely new region, so any affinity you've gained in other areas means nothing here. You're kind of starting over yet again. Well, not really starting over, though, because it's not like that affinity you've gained elsewhere means nothing now, it just doesn't mean anything to the people here. You notice that those generic monster quests that we just grabbed are timed. Most quests in Alcamoth are going to be timed. They will not expire for a very long time, but a good chunk of them are, so don't worry that those are timed, and I say I'm not tackling them right now. We will definitely have time to do them later. So now that we got all that out of the way, I think I'm just going to go around the palace and accept any quests that are around this area, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. And while I'm doing so, acquaint yourselves with the lovely Imperial music that plays here. Go on, seriously, do it. Now that we got all that done, we are here at the palace entrance, and one of the weird things about Alcamoth is, despite how huge it is, And despite how much you would think that there would be tons of locations for you to discover things about, there really just aren't. Like, all that area wandering around, I discovered relatively few locations, but what I do like about it are these moving stairways that make you move faster. It's just like being in an airport. I wish everything had these, man. It would make walking so much less painful. Wow, that's probably the laziest thing I've ever heard. If you jump at the end of them, you get some nice little extra distance, which I personally like. There's a lot more of Alcamoth to discover, but yeah, I don't really think we need to go check any of it out right now. I think we should go do what's at hand. We will see that there are Nopon in this area, meaning that the Nopon themselves, at least in their village, have contact with the High Entia. I'm supposing that just some Nopon broke off from the group in presumably ancient times and don't have really contact with Frontier Village, and as a result of that, only the Nopon merchants are really in contact with the High Entia, and odds are they were told to keep things hush-hush about this place. So, all that being said, did you notice that Alvis didn't have wings on his head? And he does refer to himself as a Homs when you first meet up with him, so you can assume that he is one. Yet he's living among the High Entia, and as we know, not many Homs have contact with them, and many believe them to just be legends. Yeah, if everything Alvis was saying wasn't confusing enough already, and not to mention the things he was doing back in Machna Forest, yeah, he just got a hell of a lot more confusing. All that being said, however, we got the Unin Hode. It sounds kind of like urine Hode, I don't know, but I don't know, I wouldn't believe that he would be in that. Never mind that, what am I saying? This is a monster that we need to hunt for a monster quest, and it's right here on the way to where we need to go. So let's kill it, and we need to get 5 of them. I don't want to fight that thing. Guys, get away. Come on, please. Just leave it alone, come on. Also, on the same hovering reef, you will find an Eryth Anzel, which you need to hunt for a monster quest as well. All that is done. If you guys want to go get that treasure chest, you're free to. Actually, you can survive that fall, and you can jump down there and get it, but I am not going to go that far out of my way for an item that I probably already have tons of. All that aside, there are other Unin Hodes in this way. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. I've had a lot of people telling me that I'm mispronouncing things when I'm really just using the American pronunciation of said word, but this game's localization was European, so I don't know. It's just kind of a weird thing for me. So, to get to that hovering reef that you need to go to, we're looking for that lighthouse, and you can use those red lines that you see on those teleporters to kind of just tell you where it is you need to go. Or, excuse me, transporters, as Melia was saying it. I gotta say, about that, the fact that all these characters have different accents, it's a bit of a byproduct of the fact that this game had a European localization, because you have some having Scottish accents, others kind of, you know, being more central England, London kind of things, you know, some of them being more posh, and it just, like, that together, like, with the Nopon dialects, I kind of feel like it makes this whole world just more believable, and it's something that it wouldn't have if the localization was American. Granted, I would like to hear what some of these characters would sound like if they had American actors playing them, but you know what I mean. I just find it a little bit interesting how you have all these different dialects and different accents at play here, and on top of that, the different accents are from characters that are in different locations, so I just kind of find that interesting, because, you know, the High Entia sound more posh and things like that, and oh, come on, would you just leave me alone? I can see the worker right before me, thank you. Okay, this is the Alcamoth citizen that we were here to rescue. Let's talk to him.
Yes?
The worker finally came to fix the transporter, but he went to get some ether crystals and never came back. You can get the crystal deposit from behind the lighthouse. Do you think you could go and take a look for me? Indeed we can, so our trip is not over quite yet, but this lighthouse is a little bit of an area of interest, not just because you get experience from it, but you can see some quest icons on top of it as well. And I was right, I wasn't, you know, deceiving you that we weren't going to be making quests the prime focus, but we do have some monster quests here that, again, we might as well grab. So let's do just that. We have Palti Cromars. I don't know why, that just sounds like a really funny monster name. Palti Cromar.
What is it?
Alright, so we'll grab that, and you know, I gotta say, the High Entia character designs, you know, are really cool. In fact, I'll zoom in on just this nameless townsperson so you can get a closer look at him. They are really cool designs, and I will say that I like zooming in the camera so that you can see the character designs a lot more, because if you just leave them zoomed out, you can't really tell what anything looks like. And that's really a shame, because on my first playthrough, I didn't really get to appreciate all these really cool-looking character designs just because I had the camera zoomed out all the time, so typically whenever talking to named NPCs, I usually like to have them zoomed in. I mean, some of them are similar, yeah, but I like most of them. But, on the note of the character designs, there's one in this area that looks really cool, but it kind of bothers me. it's those high Antia knights. I mean, don't get me wrong, their armor is all really cool, those shields, those swords, all those things, but just, why are there wings on the outside of their helmets? It's like, that's part of their head. Do you think that would kind of hurt if that got slashed or something like that? I don't know, just saying. I don't know, it's a small thing that really bothers me, but yeah. Just a little something that I kind of wanted to rant about just while we're up here on this lighthouse. As you can see, I'm grabbing some collection quests as well while we're up here, and yeah, I think we got all of the things that we came for. Let's head back down. So now that we are back down at the bottom, we just gotta head behind the lighthouse and see where that worker went, discovering where he is. Now, it's kind of funny. To get to Alcamoth, all you have to do is just go straight twice, and by straight I just mean following those dirt paths, you know, as we did last time. But my first time going through this area, I found this lighthouse. I went to, like, every hovering reef before getting to Alcamoth. It was crazy. In fact, I even went down there. Yeah, like, I went that far away. Like, I could not find Alcamoth. I was here until, like, I was here for, like, 2 hours just exploring Eryth Sea, and while it's a pretty area and while the music is really nice, it was really frustrating, and I think I was up until, like, 3 a.m. just trying to find my dang way to Alcamoth because I was overcomplicating things so much. I'm just like, you know, this game's very non-linear, you know, that dirt pathway's not going to take me straight there. Nope, turns out it did. So, yeah, I don't know what your first treks to this area might have been like, but that was what mine was like, and I had all my friends that played this game after me laughing at me that it took me that long to figure it out. Rightfully so, though, I definitely deserved it. And wow, we are just discovering so many hovering reefs. We haven't gotten a level up yet. Apparently, it's not worth all that much. And, sure enough, we have Chromars in this area. If I can look around a little bit, yep, we have a Palti Chromar right there. So, how about we get fighting these out of the way? Maybe we'll get level ups. Flutes Chromar. Is it like hitting me with flutes to attack me or something? Oh, and of course I don't note the more obvious enemy. There are Maleza Chromars in this area as well, which you also need to hunt for one of those 2 monster quests that we just picked up. Of course I forget the name of the monsters that we need to hunt within seconds of us getting them. While I was skip traveling back to hunt more of those enemies, I noticed something on Hovering Reef 5 that I didn't see the first time around. It's much more pronounced now that it's raining. You can see the ether rising up there, causing this area to float. You can see it below the other ones too, though, but up here you can really observe it up close. It's just something really breathtaking that I wanted to take the time to show. Oh, be very careful when using arts that attack multiple enemies or indeed using ether arts. Do not have Charlotte in your party. But don't have Melia, so you don't have to worry about that, though. But yeah, level 85 ether-type enemies in this area. Be careful. With all those monsters finished and this quest completed, let's head on to the transporter. Now, this is gonna sound really weird, but trust me on this. Do not have Shulk in your party for what is coming up. I know it sounds really weird, and, you know, right off the bat, it doesn't look like there's any danger if you have Shulk in the party, but trust me, you do not want Shulk in the party. Let's engage these defensive Chromars as that worker at the Aether Crystal Deposit right here. And when they said this area was an Aether Crystal Deposit and described it only as that, they were not kidding, man. That thing is huge. Maybe possibly the biggest one we've seen so far. Well, actually, I don't know. That one that we saw on Bionis Lake was pretty darn big, so I don't really know. I think this combination's working out really well for me. As I've said before, I like it a lot. Dunban tanks, Ryan has more offensive arts to do damage, and Ricky is just, well, Ricky. What else is there to say? Now, this battle is not the reason why I was saying you want to get Shulk out of the party. I just think it's a good time to do it before you forget, because there's something coming up that you're going to be greatly hindered in if you have Shulk. And I know it sounds weird, but just trust me on this. You don't want him in the party coming up. Dunban uses Tempest Kick right there. Apparently he's a 6 powers master, or whatever that was called in the Japanese version of One Piece. I don't know, I'm just such a... I can't help it, okay? I can never help but think of that. Let's just, let's do a chain attack right here. I think we can finish this fight pretty quickly. Okay, Worldly Slash.
Now. Yeah. Rhine time.
Rhine time. Hammer beat.
Ricky.
Heropon beat enemy good with his Snap Tooth. Unfortunately, I didn't get quite the combo there I was hoping for. I wanted to get a ×5 sword drive, but it didn't happen. Either way, these enemies aren't really all that strong. Even if you haven't been doing many quests, you probably still are at least decently on par with these guys, if not much stronger. So, I don't know, they could give you a little bit of trouble, but they definitely aren't going to be giving me any trouble. And honestly, even though I have been dedicating a lot of time towards quests, I haven't been dedicating nearly as much time as I could be, because like I said, I won't be doing quests under certain circumstances, and that does keep my level pretty in check compared to what it would be like if I was doing them as often as possible. And did I really just get art sealed by these things after I said they weren't really that tough? This isn't good. I need Ricky to get on art sealed so we can heal Ryan, because let me start attacking what Ryan's attacking. Can I please get this off of me? Come on. How long does this art seal last for? Oh no. Seriously, like, I can't even chain attack right now, even though I got one built up. Dude! Hold on a minute. Does this thing have an art seal spike? Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, right there. Okay, good. I was about to say, if this thing has a spike that is freaking... Ryan got dazed as soon as I activated the chain attack, meaning you won't be able to participate in it. It's Ryan time! Yeah, there we go. Now let's snap Ryan out of it. Ricky, if you could heal him, that would be much appreciated right about now. I'm currently inflicted with bind. I can't move over there. Alright, thanks for taking care of it for me. That battle could have gone a lot smoother. Oh boy, okay. So, let's get the treasure chest right here. They all drop silver chests. Then again, most required battles typically do, so I guess I shouldn't think that's all that unusual. And before we help out this guy that gave me so much hell, let's get these ether crystals right here, just because we haven't picked up any one. Ooh, pretty one. Okay, got another rare one right there, it looks like, or sounds like, I should say. And yet another one. Okay. Oh wait, is there more? Oh, there was another icon right over here that I could mine. And there we go, now it has lost all of its luster. Get it? Alright, worker, what do you have to say for yourself? Thanks, I thought I was a goner there. I kinda did too, to be honest. Things have turned out really nasty if you hadn't come. I'm off to fix the transporter now. See you all around. That does it. We are done with Save the Worker. Now we should be able to continue repairing the transporter.
And that is the extent of my discussions with the Homs that accompanied Melia here.
I still cannot believe it. How could a Telethia have grown to such power?
And what is your conclusion, Seer?
That the Telethia were able to gain such power due to the high levels of ether in the region. In other words, our ether protection is weakening.
And so it begins. The resurrection of the Bionis. What of the Monado?
I cannot see. My sight is hindered. However...
Speak, Seer.
It is not certain that the Monado will bring about our destruction. While my sight is hindered, I have seen a slither of light. Is your Majesty not aware of this light as well?
Are you referring to Melia?
And the young man, Shulk.
Could it be that the boy is trustworthy after all? Kallian, we are on the cusp of a significant moment. The investiture ceremony must take place as soon as possible.
Your Majesty, since the ministries are already in agreement, we may be able to bypass some of the formalities.
Indeed. But she must still earn the blessing of the people.
Might I suggest the trial of the tomb?
First Consort, such a ritual has not been conducted for generations.
We have simply not had a need for it until now. And I feel she is more than equal to the challenge.
Mother, the tomb is dangerous. Our records show that many potential successors lost their lives performing the ritual.
That child fought and beat the Telethia. It is my belief that she is more than strong enough. Besides, if it was revealed that she avoided such a responsibility, her reputation among the people would be irreparably damaged.
I must protest.
The First Consort is right. There is much risk, but the rewards are greater. It would seal the people's love for her. Summon Melia. Her thoughts must be heard.
I accept. If I am to lead the High Entia despite my mixed heritage, if I am to succeed the throne, then I accept what must be done.
I expect nothing less of my successor. The path to greatness is fraught with danger. This shall be your statement to Bionis.
Yes, Your Majesty.
You are not fit to be Empress. Not now, not ever.
I'm still good to go.